Well, hello there, boys and girls. It's another day, another review. This time, it's for a hammock, another hammock, made by the people of Owlconic Outdoors. And I know a lot of people are going to want to turn this off right now because they've seen all kinds of hammocks and they're not interested anymore. But don't do it. This hammock is something special. There's something very special in this hammock, and I don't want to give it away here. I think what I'll do is I'll take this thing out onto the patio, and we'll set it up and see what you think about it. Hang in there. I'll be right with you. All right, how many of you folks remember these? Now, this isn't the hammock I'm going to be showing you. This is just kind of bringing us up to date as to where we've come, how far we've come with the hammocks of recreational hammocks for outside. You also remember the ones that were made out of stuff, something like this. Had your, on the ends, it had your ropes in it, and you would hang in that thing. Sweat box here on a hot day. This one here was good on a hot day to keep you cool. Unfortunately, it was like riding a roller coaster without a seatbelt on. Fall asleep, most of the time you wake up, find yourself down underneath here, looking up and seeing the bottom side of your hammock. I've had it happen to me a few times. This does not get used very often, and I've had this probably 25 years. It just doesn't work out for us. Now, let me get the other one. We'll set it up, and you have an idea. Now you have a chance to see exactly what we're dealing with. Okay, this is it. The Owlconic Outdoors Hammock. And you can see right away the mesh here. It's made of a thing called ice silk mesh, and it's perforated, designed with holes all through here, which allow the thing to breathe very nicely. Weather here in Southern California, believe it or not, in the middle of December, and forgive me the people who live in the Northeast and the North where it's very cold and you're looking at snow. Maybe 85-degree temperatures, and I think it's going to be there again today. I have laid in this thing the last couple of days. Enjoy it. You can feel that nice, cool air coming underneath you. Nothing beats that. You still have the security of today's hammocks. Today's hammocks are designed like so, as opposed to what I showed you earlier. You're not going to fall out of this thing. Fall asleep in this, and rest assured you'll wake up in this thing. And I have fallen asleep in it already. It's great. It's just an inch shy of 5 feet wide. It's 8.5 feet long. The straps are just about 10 feet. They have 15 daisy chain loops on it. And let me bring you in closer and show you these. This is the daisy chain. This is what's popular. We're seeing a lot of these days because they're so simple to hook up. Changing a position for height. Push the beaner over, pick another one, slide it in, and you can go up, you go down. Very simple. No hassles, no knots, none of that kind of stuff. The beaner itself is a steel one, but it is not the steel ones that we're used to seeing lately. Lately we've been seeing the ones that have a lot of sharp edges and what have you on it. These have no sharp edges. Everything is nice and smooth, nicely finished. They do not hang up on the ropes. They do not hang up on the straps. Just that easy. One on each end and you're up. Let me get you here a little closer to the hammock itself. You can see the material. As you can see, we have a wide band on the top, about, I'd say maybe 3 inches wide. An area with a lot of mesh in it, a lot of breathing, a lot of coolness. 3 of these bands in it, and then another one on the end here. It's also finished off very nicely with this gold material wrapping around the entire perimeter of it. It is one piece, so it's not being sewn together in anywhere, but it is triple stitched right here on the ends, as you can see. And there are no frayed ends or anything. This is very, very nice. They do a very nice job of this. And the amazing thing is this thing is on sale on Amazon for just right around $30, including the straps, the beaners, and the hammock itself. Now, you can't beat anything like that. Comfortable, easy to get into, easy to get out of. You can get a nice nice diagonal lay in it. You do feel, when you're in there, I will say this, you do feel these at first, okay, because it stretches so much here. You do feel these at first. And I talked with the manufacturer on this, and they were telling me that they had considered having a design without this in it. I'm glad they put it in it because, as you can see, this is going to give. There's going to be a lot of movement here, a lot of stretch. This retains that stretch and controls it. And like I said, you do feel it when you're in there, but once you're in there for just a short while, the feeling goes away and you're just fine. You're just comfortable. I mean, I just dozed off of this thing in a heartbeat. And I could probably do it right now, and I probably will this afternoon. Southern California, where I live, temperatures in the middle of December, and my friends in the cold north and northeast and what have you, and northwest, understand that we have very nice weather here. It's 85 degrees here the last 2 or 3 days, and I imagine it's going to be the same today. In fact, I got a little bit of a sweat working up in this heat. I will spend some time in this today because when I'm in here, you can feel that coolness coming through here. If you were to use today's nylon hammocks, it would be more like a sweat box because it just doesn't breathe as quickly as this does, and you do get hot in there and you can't sweat in it. Not in this thing. So, if you're going to be going camping and you want to take a hammock where there's some heat where it's going to be comfortable for you, this could be the thing. It is a little heavy. The entire set is a 2.92 pounds, which is a little bit heavy for people who are doing the hiking and what have you. Now, if you're doing short hikes, it's fine. But if you're doing a long distance hike, this is not a weight conscious item. And it can't be, because it's a sturdy unit and it's made of a quality product. But if you're going to the beach, you're going car camping, you're doing the short hikes, what have you, this thing would be ideal to take on those hot days, the hot weather. I did get out here last night in it, and we had our temperatures here in the evening last night get down to 39 degrees, which us is like freezing almost. I put one of my underquilts on underneath this thing, and it seemed like it heated up quicker with the holes because of the transfer of heat quickly through it than it does on my hammocks that don't have the holes in it, the regular nylon and parachute type hammocks. So it does work both ways for you. Not that it makes that much difference when it's cold, but when it's hot out, this is a wonderful thing to be in. I have a stand here. If you look in the background here, stand here, and I'll mount this on the stand to show it to you. I have a stand back there that I usually have sitting right here in the patio, and I have a regular nylon style hammock in it, and it's nice and comfortable and fun. I put this on it. This thing fits that thing perfectly. Actually fits it better than the hammock that came with the stand. So this thing here is going on that stand after this review is done, and it's going to probably stay there during the summer, I know for sure. And during the winter, it'll be put up and down as the days call for it. But I'm very pleased and very impressed with this company and what they've made, and I think you will be too. Now let me get some pictures of this, get a little view of this thing on here. A video I took yesterday. I'll put this up just to show you what it looks like hooked on that thing, and I did crawl into it. You can see I get into it, and then I'll have a follow-up, and we'll close out in this review. One of the things I found that I could use this for real well is on a hammock stand. I've got a hammock stand here that this thing actually fits better than the one that came with the stand. It fits in here very nicely. And I can picture myself in the summer nights out here lying in this thing, watching the ball game on the big screen in the house, looking through the door. I spent a lot of time in this thing, and I probably will. Now, one place that I found that this thing really works well is once you install a ridge line. I installed a ridge line on this thing, and it really became a very comfortable, very usable hammock. Not that it wasn't comfortable before, but put a ridge line in this thing. Of course, put a ridge line in any hammock, in my opinion, makes it better. And a lot of people feel the same way. But this one here, I put it in it, and it was a night and day difference. As you can see, there's your nice, comfortable flat lay in here. Lots of room. We get to use all this room this way. For that ridge line, it allows us to freeze it up for our use. Gives us the ability to really stretch out here, get a nice diagonal lay. Quite frankly, I might just want to stay here all afternoon. Anyway, can't do that. Got stuff to do. Got to finish this video for you folks. But that's my take on it once the ridge line's been added. Well, there you have it, folks. Told you it was something different. It's a hammock that's built in the camping style hammock designs, but it really comes into its own in your backyard, hanging on the patio, or hanging in the trees on your property, or maybe out around the pool. It would work very well taken to the beach. You go to the park. Those things are real nice places for this to have. Some of you students, I know you're doing these between class things, and I've seen some of the college students hanging hammocks up in between. During that hot weather, this might be a nice way to go. You're only going to be packing this thing in there and packing it back out. It's not that big. It's a little bit larger than your standard everyday hammocks, but it would work real well. You fit your backpack nicely. I do want to say that the people from Owlconic were very helpful. I had chatted with Nicole, one of the owners of the company. Her and her husband own it. It's an Australian company. Yep, people from down under. It's an Australian company. They have a very unique way of thinking of things. They've got some products that are just hitting the market, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of those things. One thing in particular I'm looking forward to is they have a clock that they're going to be making. It's a learning clock. Apparently, they designed this clock for their own child to teach her how to read time, and the clock looks very interesting. It really looks interesting. They got a tent, a camping tent, which I'd really like to see. Only because I mean, a tent is a tent, really. But then again, I thought a hammock is a hammock, and these people came up with this design here and this idea. I think that I'd like to see what they got with this tent, what their special twist on it is. All those things are now coming online. There's only a few items that they have at this point online, and I will put a link in the descriptions below for their website, new website. So it's just beginning to come into play and get into action. I'll also put someplace here on the screen for you, for you who are watching this on a television through home, like I do a lot of my YouTube watching. I also have a link down there so you can get this on Amazon. Right now it's $30.10. That is a steal. $30.10 for this type of thing. So if you want a hammock you can hang in your yard, and if you get your regular hammocks like I do, I've got 9 or 10 hammocks. My wife and I go hammock camping a lot with those things. And we'll probably take this next summer. I'm going to try it out. But we do a lot of hammock camping, and I like hanging in the yard. This thing here would be perfect for putting in here. Put it in my on my hammock stand there, and we'll be using that out here. So if you a hammocaholic like I am, and you really love these things, and you want something that can be used at home, you don't need that old beast that I showed you earlier in the video. Toss that thing out, give it away, whatever it's going to take. Get one of these, packs up nice and tight, real small, and you put it away. That other beast is about 4 feet long and about 1.5 feet wide when it's packed up. And it's always stumbling over, it's always in the way during the winter time. So this thing here could be your answer. I want to thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, please put them in the area below that's appropriate for it. I will try to answer what I can. What I can't answer, I will get with the owners of the company and see if they can answer. Thanks again for watching.